As you saw in the intro here, there's an info plaque with nothing on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this trail down here. As you probably already could tell, this is a popular walking spot with lots of walls, apartment complex. And as you walk back here, even during a day like today when the sun is really bright and it's clear, you may be able to see a little bit of stone, but not much. If you're not paying attention, it really just looks like a mound of trees with some rocks there. But if you take the time to walk in here through the grass, you'll see there is a fence here and there is an old structure. And I forget why I was over here. There are some nature trails all through here. Franklin and Marshall is over that way, and there's this kind of wetlands here. Got all this stuff blowing. It's really nice here. I can't remember why I was here, and I didn't see this thing at first, and I came down here and I was like, oh, check this out. I think this is a lime kiln because it has this one right here. I have a flashlight on it right now. I don't know if you can, I don't know if that's making much of a difference. Can you see in there? Right in there? Luckily, I brought my new laser pointer. And we're gonna use it to point out some stuff here. I can't even see in the viewfinder if this is showing up. If it is, right here, that little thing that I'm circling right there, this hole right here probably would have been where the final product emerged after the process. A white powder that you then spread on your fields to sweeten the soil. I think if you wanted to lower the acidity of your soil, if you're a farmer, you'd spread this powder. It's what they call sweeten the soil. And it's a nice sized kiln. It does have some damage there. Let's go over here. And it's completely overgrown. I mean, it's just very overgrown. Luckily, this spot right here, you can just kind of see. I mean, look at this. Look at all these weeds. And then right there, there is a brick arch. So I'm wondering what the brick arch was for. Did the brick arch allow for access so they could go in there and stoke the fire right there in the bosch where the reactions would have been taking place? Okay, so here's another shot of the arch. And there is a hole down there. Straight ahead, it's just two rocks. Maybe this was a secondary kiln. Maybe they pulled stuff out of here too. There is a little passage on that side, but I think that might just be collapse. And the local farmers back in the day would have come here. They would have bought this stuff. They would have spread it on their fields. It is now a huge apartment complex here in Lancaster County, not far from Wegmans. There's a Wegmans right over here, parking lot. That's where I parked. And you can come down and walk along this trail, and And like I said, if you're not paying attention, you go walk right by it. Here it has a woody bush growing right out of the limestone blocks, which to me make up most of the construction. It looks like limestone, but there is some other stuff there. That looks like maybe red sandstone, but it's mostly limestone. And it does have an I-beam right there, so that might be something you could use to date it. And the plaque is weird because there are other plaques here in this development and back there where there's a stream and a nice nature trail, and they're all blank. So I've speculated that maybe as part of the development deal, the local township or whoever controls the zoning and all that stuff probably said, hey, listen, you know, you can't destroy this old lime kiln because it's a piece of history. So they put a fence around it, and they put up plaques, and there's an old stone farmhouse right there that's been restored, that's used for businesses too. That has a plaque. Again, it's blank. So maybe they ran out of money, who knows, but all the plaques are blank, and there's no information here, no information about this or anything else here, although I'm sure if I did a little research I could probably find it. There is a spot over here by the creek where I think there was a small, what I call artisanal quarry, and that's probably where the farmer who owned this, I would imagine, because a lot of times the farmers, as a little side hustle, they would build a lime kiln, and then they would sell it to their fellow farmers. The lime kiln itself doesn't look like it's been picked over that much. A lot of times what will happen is you get a big old structure like this, and it's close enough to a population center, people will just pick the stones out because it's a lot easier just to grab stones from here than to go to a quarry and blast it out, and they would just basically scavenge these things until they were non-existent. So here she sits, grown over, forgotten, neglected. It looks like at one time there was a pretty large tree growing right out of the corner of the structure. What I'm going to do is look at some old black and white aerial photography starting from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s and see if I can't make out what was here before this whole huge, very large development. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Short and sweet. If you liked it, hit like, ring the bell, and sub. Follow me on all platforms. Share all my content with everybody you know, if you want to. All right, coming to you from beautiful Lancaster County. This is Brett for TopoRanger, and I'll see you next time.